Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXTCG, and yeah, it is currently 5:17 Eastern Time in the morning, and we just got the full set dump for Rivals Clash. Now, I didn't go to sleep because I thought that maybe this would be the day, because 2 weeks before the pre-release is normally when we get it, and I mean, I'm happy it's here, but I'm also tired. So let's get into this and let's talk about green, because they dropped some bombs, some cool retro support, as well as the newest SCR. So let's jump into that. As per usual, if you like this content, like the video. If you love this content, maybe subscribe, and if you want to support the channel any further than you already are, just go to the Patreon in the description, join that $1 tier, and now let's get into it. Okay, so we have a fair amount to go over, but first I just want to go and give you guys a refresher on the BROLY leader. He is a when attacking, draw one card, end of your turn, add one card from your life to your hand. So this guy will see 3 cards per turn in the early game. You're going to see the card you play, actually sometimes more, the card you draw for the start of the turn, the card that you get from attacking, the card you're going to see at the end of your turn, and if you played any self-awakeners, potentially another card. So this is going to be actually pretty cool. Hand's going to get really big really fast. Now, you go over to the awaken side, because he awakens at 4 life or less, and you have the when attacking, choose 1 BROLY BR in your battle area, place it into its owner's drop. If you have 4 energy, play up to 1 BROLY BR with a cost of 1 greater than the chosen card. Buy this skill from your opponents, or from your hand in rest mode, and then activate main once per turn, draw 1 card, then discard 1 card from your hand. Now, going over into the cards that we have not seen yet, and I just wanted to make sure the leader was out there so you guys kind of had that fresh in your mind when we look over this. You got the 1 cost 5k power, 10k combo power, Golemite BR. He's just a blocker, but when you're playing a big boss monster, leveling that boss monster up with only 4 energy, sometimes playing a 1 cost blocker alongside of it will just straight up save you a swing. Somebody will have to either swing into it or allot the energy needed to get rid of it, and that early in the game, it could be something that you just really put on the board and it actually kind of sticks. Now, going into the next card, you've got Golden Frieza BR. It's a 4 cost 30k 5k combo power card, blocker, and a permanent. If there is a card with a cost 7 or more in the battle area, this card cannot be KO'd once per turn. That's neat because it actually counts both zones. Now, granted, you're not going to really reach 7 costs unless you're in a green deck or a green mirror, but it's nice to know that when this guy is on the board on 1 turn, and the following turn you play your boss monster, or you have your boss monster on board and you just play this out the next turn, it's going to actually stick. Now, that being said though, this guy taking up your entire turn for a blocker that can still be bottom decked or minus is kind of a little weird. I think that this guy actually isn't really one of the greatest cards, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. We got a lot of testing to do now that the set's out. Next card is actually retro support, and this is going to be Son Gohan Childhood. 5 cost, 15k power, 10k combo power. We love to see that in green. Activate main, place this card in your battle area into the owner's drop, and if your leader is a Son Gohan Childhood and you have an Android 16 in your drop, play up to 1 Son Gohan Childhood with a cost of 6 or 7 from your hand in rest mode. Now, this is the cool part because we've got the 10k combo power blocker as well as the super combo Android 16, which I think is now mandatory for this deck, because you will now be able to play this card and then play out either the heal Han in rest mode and gain a life, or the 7 drop SCR and nuke the board. So this is going to be pretty cool, and with that 7 cost 5,000 or 50k body, it's going to be kind of hard to remove the 7 drop from a lot of decks, at least from red's perspective. Black may not be able to touch that early, green may be not able to touch it quite that early, yellow could blue power awakening, which I think is going to become a much more prevalent card coming soon, and then I think yeah, blue, I think blue just is gonna start running absolute lightning at 3, because you have to at this point with this BROLY deck in the format. So this is pretty cool though. I'm digging the retro support. And speaking of retro support, we also have this Son Gohan Youth, a 5 cost 30k power 10k combo power card. On play, look at the top 10 cards from your deck, add 2 green cards, up to 2 green cards with a cost of 6, and add them to your hand, and then you can place the rest at the bottom of their deck in any order. This is great for Piccolo. That's right, we have Piccolo support. He's going to be able to pick up the Piccolo as well as the Goku from your deck to your hand, and that's actually really neat. I'm happy that we are kind of getting some Piccolo support, even if it doesn't really bridge the deck. But you know what, maybe we get a card here, a card there, and all of a sudden this deck is actually something. But for now, this is just something to put on the back burner. It at least searches your good cards, and by good cards I mean Piccolo, because I don't really see Goku as good yet. I'm not going to play Goku over Piccolo in a turn. It is what it is. So look, the following card is the Chili BR, 2 cost, 10k power, 10k combo power. On play, place up to 1 BROLY BR with a cost of 7 or more in your battle area into its owner's drop. If you have a planet Vampa on your battle area, play up to 1 BROLY BR with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. This is kind of cool because this allows you to reset your chain. Like for instance, right? If you have the secret rare that we have coming up later in this video on the board, you can attack with the secret rare. And then you could use this Chili, play this Chili for 2, put the secret rare back into your, or put it into the drop, to then play out the 4 cost, to then swing with the 30k 4 cost, to then use your leader effect to swing, or swing with your leader, to then use that effect to put that that now 7 drop on board into the drop, to then play out another 8 drop from your hand and get in 1 more swing. This is an incredible amount of pressure, because if you have a secret rare that survives that long, or better yet, let's say your opponent hits it with a Par, an Ultimate Sparking, a Hellrock Sasha, a Galactic Donut, anything that stops them from attacking with it, you can then play this Chili, put it into the drop to restart your chain. And I think that that's pretty cool. But even if you're, even if it's not actually restarted, you can always just use this after you've already swung with your top end in order to reset it and just keep the pressure going. So I think some people look at this card and be like, what? But I think this card is actually really nice. Next card is going to be the BR. It's a 1 cost, 5k power, 10k combo power Kami. That's literally what it is, the reprint of Kami with the Planet Vampa trait. But yeah, you're just going to KO 1 drop. This is neat because you're going to be able to KO Whis with this, opposing Chilis with this. There's a lot of things this can hit, and so it's going to be relevant. Next card is a Searcher, actually. 1 cost, 5k power, 5k combo power, Paragus BR. On play, look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 non-Paragus BR card with Planet Vampa in its special traits, or 1 BROLY BR, and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in a random order. It is what it is. I know top 5 searchers are weird in this game because you don't shuffle afterwards, you put at the bottom, but there's going to be times where your play's about to go off, but you don't have the correct BROLY in hand, and this will probably be something that you want to play. Search, continue. Speaking of Paraguses, you got him aged up. 3 cost, 20k power, 5k combo power. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and then KO, on KO, draw 1 card. This is kind of interesting. There is a little interaction a little later in this video that could get you that draw, but for the most part, you're just hoping your opponent KOs this. Otherwise, it's a Self-Awakener. It's only 5k combo power. I'm not sure if this is actually going to fit the deck. Like, it just doesn't seem like it's a high-profile card that'll make the cut to me. The next card we have here is Beats BR. 2 cost, 15k power, 10k combo power, blocker, and then on play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Not a bad card to play. 10k combo power is always good, and it's going to double self-awaken you on a turn. You're going to be able to, you know, get your card at the end of turn from your life, and this card probably putting you very, very close to awaken. This deck is going to flip on turn 2 almost every single, like, well, maybe not turn 2, maybe turn 3. This deck will be awakened by turn 3, I think, almost every game. It's just kind of insane. And then the next card we have here is this Frieza BR. 3 cost, 20k, 10k combo power, because of course this deck can't have enough 10ks. And on play, add 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose up to 2 battle cards that cost 1 or less in your opponent's battle area and KO them. And that's actually pretty neat. This is going to be a walloping blow to Satan City, just tearing apart their board. But at the same time, is Satan City going to survive a ban list? Because I think Boo and Satan City are probably the top targets. That's how Bandai normally works. You smash the things that are topping the most. So this card is actually probably going to be not as useful as we think, but if 1 drop the deck ever comes back again, yeah, it's going to be good. And if Satan City doesn't get hit hard enough, but gets hit somewhat, this card's probably going to do work. Next, we have the Lemo BR card, a 4 cost, 5k power, 10k combo power. On play, if your life is at 2 or less and you have a BROLY BR with a cost of 7 or more in your battle area, add the top card of your deck to your life. Nice. Heal. We have healing. Healing on the SR, healing on this card, healing on another card that we're going to see soon. This is pretty insane. It does take your entire turn, but trading your entire turn for a life may not be the best or the worst thing, especially if you're going up your chain. If you already have a Broly on the board and then you play this and then you swing with your leader and then you, yeah, nah, this might be good. Or better yet, if you already have your Broly on the board and you swing with it, then you swing with your leader, you go up the scale, you heal, and then you use this guy, because this guy doesn't have a requirement. He just requires you to have a Broly. He doesn't have a requirement of, like, if your life is at 3 or less, or 2 or less, like the SR. So he could heal you potentially from 4 to 5. Like, if you really think about it, right? There's gonna be a card later that we're gonna be talking about. Actually, you know what? I might just go over to it sooner than later because I don't want to like sit here and talk about a card I haven't revealed yet. We'll wheel back around to this. But you got the next card on our list, First Friend. This is a 1-cost activate main. If your leader is a Broly BR and you have a Broly BR with a cost of 7 or more in your battle area, add up to 2 non-First Friend cards with Planet Vampa and their special traits from your drop to your hand. This is any card. So, yeah, this is actually pretty intense. A lot of these cards are Planet Vampa, so you can add, for 1 cost, you can add 20k power back to your hand. You can add back your Broly pieces. There's a lot you can get with this, and that's actually kind of insane. Maybe a 2 of in every deck. I gotta see, but this adds longevity so you don't burn out of your pieces. Then the next card is Rampage Control, a 1-cost extra card. Activate battle if you have Broly BR with a cost of 7 or more in your battle area. Your cards that are in battle get plus 25k power for the battle. I don't really like this card. I know that it's probably going to be good, but against blue, it's very, 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 very unlikely that you're going to keep your cards on the board for more than 1 turn. And if you ever have to reestablish your chain, you might be tapping out. And if you tap out, then there's no way to use this card. So I'm not really a fan of this, but we shall see as per usual. That's the normal standard. And then the last one, because I know you guys have been waiting for this, the SCR for this set, this last one, the second one, is a 9-cost 55k double striking Broly BR. This is insane. On play, switch this card to active mode, then add the top card of your deck to your life. Choose all battle cards with a cost 2 or more in the battle area other than this card and KO them. Yeah, so this is a house. 55k double strike is crazy, and I know some people are gonna be like, it's a 9-cost, bro. It's coming out as early as turn 5. If you cannot respond to the 8-drop Broly that comes down on turn 4, this card's coming out on turn 5. So yes, please miss me with that BS. This card is a turn 5 double striker, and that's insane. It's also killing everything else on the board, and this deck isn't really playing gajillion cards, so it's mostly hindering your opponent. And then it's also healing. Like, I don't know, man. This might do a little too much. This might do a little too much. And with that being said, you have, yeah, no, this card's just doing too much. But yeah, so basically the cool thing about this is it doesn't have a threshold on healing. So if you enter your turn with an 8-drop Broly on board and they haven't responded to it, you can swing with your Broly. Swing with your Broly twice if it's the old one, if you're ballsy like that. Swing with your leader, kill that Broly to play this Broly, heal, and then you can play Lemo for 4 and heal again. If you were at 2 life and you used the SR Broly and you went to 3 life and then protected your life and then played this guy and went to 4 life, you could then play Lemo in the same turn and go up to 5 life. That is not cool. Now, how often is that going to happen? We don't know. We don't know. But that's still a crazy, crazy thing to think about. So yeah, that's pretty scary. This card's pretty scary. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of this freaking secret rare, dude. Yeah, all in all, I think that this is just a very, 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 very cool deck. I think that this deck is pretty solid out the box, and I will be testing it for one because obviously I want to see if it's strong. I also want to see if it's got any gaps, any holes that can be exploited. Pause. And honestly, this is Broly BR is hype, and so it's really cool to see Broly BR looking extremely cool in its first outing. So with that out of the way, I think that I really do think that this is going to be pretty cool. Green is cool. We had some 2 support cards. One of them kind of seems really interesting with the Gohan. One of them seems like it's kind of half-baked with the Piccolo. But I'm looking forward to this deck. We're going to keep mowing through these colors in the next couple days to make sure you guys get your fix and my thoughts on all these. And then starting probably next week ish, we're going to jump into the the archetype breakdowns, because there's a lot to go over and some tech that we can even pull from other sets as well, I believe. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys enjoy this sort of content. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And like I said before, if you want to support me on a deeper level, just go to the Patreon description, join that $1 tier. But soon we'll start going into some deeper content for the higher tiers for this new set. And as per usual, as I'm working on these new graphics, I want to just make sure I give a vocal shout out to the people that support me the most outside of the channel, and that is the Realm of Extras, my highest Patreon tier. So thank you to the Big Daddy Flapjacks, the Beer R's, the Brother Bears, the Bryce R's, the Dallas S's, and the Danielle Inns of the world. Thank you guys for being at the top tier and supporting my brand and my endeavors and my dream. And yeah, I can't really say much more than that. I mean, I could, but this video would be like 80 minutes long instead. Thank you guys for watching. Look out for the next one and stay tuned. Make sure that notification bell is rung, and I will see you in the next video. Let me know your thoughts on Green Broly in the comments.